Welcome back. I'm still Levi. Last I checked, this is your Daily Dose, and it's Wednesday, March 8th, 2017. It's International Women's Day, and it needs to be celebrated. That's exactly why I'm wearing red. And as part of the celebrations of this day, among the most important of the year, we are pleased to have the co-founders of W, that would be W, which create retreat spaces for women to come together and develop or give birth to ideas. From the business world to community buildings, the retreats are off the grid and unplugged, a unique element in this day and age. So before anything else, let's see what W means in a little clip that explains what they are, and then meet the ladies themselves.
3 days in nature. You're disconnected from the outside world, so you have no cell phone.
So here at W, you come in and you don't know what the program's gonna be.
Every little detail became a surprise, which I totally embrace.
It's about developing an idea into a business.
It's not about finding the solutions. It's about falling in love with a problem and breaking big, complex problems into parts.
We're not networking, we're not talking about our professional background at all.
We talk about our ideas, we talk about life.
Who's the pitch for?
W is an accelerated growth process. It's a womb.
There's a camaraderie and a sisterhood.
100 women in one space putting their energies and intentions together, just being there.
It's really unique. I've never seen anything like it.
It's just limitless.
And welcome in the studio that has turned pink, ladies and ladies of the press. Welcome to Narkis, Alon, and Sarah Reifschneider, right?
Yes.
Ah,
Very good.
okay, I have the German descent. Ich auch. Co-founders of W. First of all, welcome, ladies.
Welcome. Thank you.
And W, which I love, falling in love with a problem. Do we even have a choice as women other than just to fall in love with a problem?
Yeah, and it's also the best way to solve a problem, because if you get too attached to the solution or to your idea, you're probably going to give up because it's going to change anyway.
Nice. Can you come home with me and teach my daughter that?
Yeah, I would love to come home with you regardless. You know? Yeah.
No, it's love and all. How did W come about?
So basically, both of us came, like Sarah came from the retreat place, and I was doing Vipassanas. And I was in a tech company, and then Google published a call for applications for programs that are going to redefine gender gap.
Right.
So we basically came up with, we said like entrepreneurship is always taught in a very masculine way, we would call it, very like left side of the brain, like this is the way you should do a business. And we were like, you know what's the biggest challenge with starting a business? Time, actually, because we don't have the time to develop it. So exactly. We developed a program that basically solves that. And no cell phones, no networking, so you can have an investor in the room or a woman that sold her company, and you can have a woman that just started, but everyone's the same, and they're not allowed to talk about anything except their idea. And everyone's wearing the same clothes, and all of these things.
Hierarchy.
No hierarchy. Everybody's wearing the same clothes, no hierarchy. So it's a little 1984-ish, but I get the meaning.
In a good way.
In a good way. Okay, yeah.
And you have investors meeting entrepreneurs, meeting artists, and everyone coming together as a community.
How long has this been going on?
So we're doing it 3 years, and then what's happening is that they really get connected to each other, and then we manage the community. So maybe elaborate what we do after the retreat and stuff.
Yes.
So a big part of what we've realized that the target audience that we have is women that already, as Narkis said, have an idea and know that they want to give birth to it in the world. So these are
they just don't have time.
They don't have time, and these are women that are already empowered. They know, and they basically need the space, this womb that we call it, to really manifest and give birth to their ideas. And then we realized, okay, we have this amazing community of women, but there are so many women out there who don't have the means and resources to go to a retreat to enable them and give them the time to really take the time to pause and think. So we decided that a big aspect of what we want to do now, we're doing our W retreat is going to Costa Rica this year, and we want to, wherever we go and do the retreats, we want to also adopt a local community of women that are less fortunate or women in need.
I was about to ask, because I mean, it sounds like a fabulous idea, okay, but I'll give you an example. Like several women around the United States today, or women around the United States, some of them wanted to not, women will not go to work in protest, but there are women who can afford not to go to work, and then there are those who can who can't do that.
Exactly.
How do you cater to those women?
So this is exactly, right now we're creating, it's part of also for us, for our community building after the retreat. And we have developed a give back project that we want to do wherever we do these retreats worldwide, to adopt a community by the local W community.
Right.
So what we've done in Tel Aviv, we went to Bialik Rogozin School, which is a school for immigrants, and we basically worked with the teenagers that are finishing school and headed out into the world, and in this critical stage in their lives, we made them a mini retreat that will enable them to think and develop their dreams and do the first practical steps towards their dreams. And by allowing them to come together and believe in themselves, face their fears around putting out your dreams. It's a scary thing.
It's a terrifying thing to many,
whoever
many,
you
many
are,
people.
you know?
No, it's a terrifying thing. Do you think there will be, first of all, women, I'm not going to call you girls because we've been called that enough, but women, do you think there will ever be equal? I'm going to ask every woman in my studio today.
So I do not necessarily believe that there is a necessity for equality.
Right.
I believe that this was the past, and right now we're in the future, and it is about women owning up to their femininity and owning up to their special, unique values and talents that are very feminine, and not necessarily wanting to equalize themselves to men, but owning up to their own powers, and for men to value that and see that, and then have a co-leadership, which will be the future of the feminine.
And also, it's the only solution, because the only way for women to be able to own their power is if additional women lead, because then we create our own ways and our own conditions. We don't need to wait for men to give us this permission and to create.
No, amen to that. I'm hearing the Oscar music in my ear, but those are perfect words to end up. Amen to that. We'll be right back with the news flash.